And thank you so much for joining us here on Idaho Today. Armenia, My Home, which will be airing on PBS stations starting February 23rd, explores Armenia's complicated past and its present through interviews with familiar faces, including photographs and footage of the nation known for fusing the East and the West. Andrew Goldberg's PBS film is a visual masterpiece and a look at Armenia's unique cultural tapestry, which spans thousands of years, narrated by Andrea, who you may also know from Only Murders in the Building, and featuring interviews with famous Armenian Americans like Eric Bogosian, who recently appeared on HBO's Succession. So we have some really big names involved in this. We had the chance to speak with Andrew, about this passion project. Check this out. Andrew Goldberg, my goodness.
I know, Andrew, thank you so much.
Yes,
thank you so much for taking time. You're a PBS documentarian and many other films and under your belt. In 2006, I am familiar with the Armenian genocide and that you did for PBS. And it was really gutting to see the scope of this crime, essentially, that's still not being recognized by Turkey. But this new film that we're talking about is lighter.
I've done all sorts of different ethnic specials over the years, covering different communities and what have you. The Armenians are among the most passionate about their story and about their history. I think that there's an understanding in the Armenian community that after the Armenian genocide, when the Turkish government literally murdered 1.5 million Armenians during the First World War, there's been a sense in the Armenian community that their story, whether it's the genocide or their bigger picture story, has not been told, and that there have been efforts to keep that story quiet. And so when you say to an Armenian, listen, here's an opportunity to tell a positive, uplifting story about who the Armenian people are and about the nation of Armenia on national television, it's a good chance you're going to get a yes. And so most of the community that we reached out to was pretty enthusiastic about being a part of it.
Kind of give us a Cliff Notes version, if you will, of Armenia, My Home. So tell us how this all came about, what the film's really focused on, and what you hope people get out of watching it.
So I made a series of Armenian projects over the years. One of the recurring themes was that this Armenian genocide kept coming up, which was such a heartbreaking story. Armenia, My Home was a chance to tell an uplifting, positive story about the country Armenia, which is hopefully people, when they get to see the film, will see how beautiful and amazing and incredible it is. And just what you can drive 2 hours and you're in the snow and drive 2 more hours and you're on a beach. It's a really amazing and incredible place. And it's the place where it was the first Christian nation on earth. And so for people who, look at Christianity as a part of their life, they can think you don't need to be Armenian to appreciate this was the first country before the Roman Empire that became a Christian nation. I'm not even Christian, but I thought that story was so powerful and fascinating, and that's why we told it in this film. And I hope that people will get a kick out of it and tune in.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned religion now, right, in the country of Armenia. Is there anything else new that you learned, too, about modern-day Armenia? Because I know you have an extensive background in the history of Armenia, but was there anything when you were pursuing this film that also stood out?
Going to Armenia is sort of like going to a country that is half European and half Middle Eastern with a touch of leftover Soviet. I mean, it's a very interesting place. It's unlike any other country in the region. So if this is Iran, right, which is a complicated, difficult place,
yes,
Armenia is right on top of it. You're literally going to a place that has Iranian infusion coming in from one side, Turkish coming in from this side, and Russian and Georgian, the country of Georgia, coming in from the top. It's unlike any other place. Cafes and restaurants, it feels like you're in this really happening European city with this Middle Eastern flair. It's really, really neat. So I would say what I learned the most, what I was surprised by, was just how much this country had grown up and developed and been invested in and moved ahead. It's really a neat place.
I loved watching it, and one of the aspects of this particular documentary is the cinematography. It's soaring, it's cinematic. When people watch it, you're just mesmerized by the footage that you got. Can you talk about this look and how you were able to achieve it?
Well, it's a good question. We wanted to use the most sophisticated cameras that basically are available today. We use the drone that we flew in Armenia was released by the company that makes it as their most advanced drone 2 days before we got on the airplane. The drone cinematographers that we used are the same guys that did the movie Thor, Love and Thunder, and the upcoming Mad Max Furiosa. So
wow.
We paid enormous amounts of money for our equipment, for our team, to shoot Armenia in a way that had literally never been photographed before.
Where can our viewers go to watch this? Because I really think this is going to pull at a lot of heartstrings here in the Potato State, believe it or not.
It's on PBS, and PBS will run it probably several times. I would encourage you to go to your local PBS station. Yeah, and if you go to pbs.org, it'll help you find your station by your zip code.
Wonderful. Andrew Goldberg, such an honor. Thank you so much, sir.